Hello, and welcome back to Daily NDE Stories. Today we are hearing from Mark. A 30-year-old guy went to heaven and saw the future and came back. Thank you for meriting my story. I haven't talked about it to anybody. This will be the first place and the first community where I'm sharing my experience. I feel very comfortable after listening to all the other entities and stories narrated by you. I remember I was off with my friend on an expedition. We were on a long ride, and we were supposed to go on a jungle safari. Everything was planned out, and we got ready. We left our home. We had convertible to drive to. We had a long drive of 8 hours, and it was one of the most beautiful rides I have ever been. And then we arrived at a place which was out from all of the cities. There was only forest for a long bay road. Beautifully carved out roads for four-wheelers to pass by. We drove all night. Because we knew that all this is scarier at night, so we just arrived at the destination during the sunrise, and we continued to move along. We knew that we might find some unusual circumstances, so we did have some guns on our car. I remember it was around 7 a.m. in the morning when we stopped the car. My brother wanted to pee, so he went somewhere pretty far away and I heard some noises. I told him, I'm coming from clearing things up, and I took my gun and went inside the woods. Part of me was very scared about what's going to happen next, but I was also excited to see what the creature was, because the sound that it was making was something I've never heard before. And well, forests are always a thing to explore. They always are so full of mysteries. As they moved along the line, I found that a hunter has already made a lot of traps there. I had to safely cross all of them. It must be a local hunter. Until and then my gun typed one of the traps and it got stuck there. I was so confused as to what's happening to me as I move further and further and further without the turn. I hear someone, the gun noises. It was not my brother. Someone was already out there hunting the same thing I was after. So I got closer to that creature, and before I could do anything, he saw the creature sitting quietly. I have no idea what it was. I just don't have any knowledge about it. And the moment I went, I jumped to catch him. That was the moment the hunter took his shot, and it got stuck to me instead of the creature. I could see my eyes shutting down, and the hunter rushing towards me. That was all the last moments I had, with one of my hand holding the creature. I could see my body, I could see the hunter, and I could see the creature. My soul was getting detached from my body, and I could see everything that's going on. I was flying up in the atmosphere. Next thing I know, I'm making note of this beautiful mention right in front of me. I could not believe my eyes. Clouds were surrounding everything. The moment I put my legs beneath the bed, I could see cold clouds cleaning my legs without even doing anything. The moment I took a break inside, it was all as if the beautiful emotions and positivity architect inside my soul. I must say I've never felt better than what I was emotionally feeling at this place. And this place had no start, and this place had colors more than there are present on earth. It was so beautiful at that point, I saw Jesus. I knew that a man who was so tall and so calm and such a vibrant energy must be the God himself. "Oh, my dear, you're already here," he says with a smile. I smile back. He tells me, "You've been a good human, and I think you deserve to be rewarded for that. Come, let me show you something," he said. He said we started walking together. As he guided me through, there were flowers. The moment I touched the ground, and those flowers would get removed. The moment I leave my leg up, it was the most beautiful scenario. My eyes have a little brightness. We went ahead for a while, and my whole life was being shown to me. Right from the moment I took birth, to all my good deeds, to all my bad deeds, and Jesus looks at me and says, "The reason why I'm showing you your life is that there were some very particular moments where you had the option to walk away from certain situations, but you chose to sacrifice yourself. Even though you didn't die, but you had the courage to put others' life in front of you. You tried to save that dog from getting into an accident. That another day around, required to manage to give an ice cream to the little boy who was very hungry. In the hot summer, these little days of yours had what made your soul incredibly special to me. which is why I'm going to give you another chance on earth." "Thank you so much, my lord," I replied, and then I say, "But I don't want to go back to earth. I feel very good here. I have multiple questions." He replies back to me, "Yes, my child, I know. You might have a lot of questions on your mind right now, but maybe we'll sort them out later. I have to show you some more things too," he says. And then he shows me the future of Earth. The future is ours. It's not how anyone has imagined it to be. It's not alien. That's not modernization. All I could say is, it's pure chaos. Everyone has fighting everywhere for food. Poland for power initiates world war against China, and all the countries face a lot of problems due to that. There comes a time where the entire world is involved so much into each other that no country remains happy, apart from Oceania, because it did not take part in the war. What happens later on is after everything is disturbed. Nature comes into play. Volcanic eruptions start happening in all the places. And in places which were active, one by one, it causes destruction to every country, until it became barren again. Mankind has to face a lot of trouble in their lives until a new grade arises. I was willing to look more further into this topic, but Jesus stopped me there. He told me, "Maybe parts of it you are supposed to watch later, but now this is it. You need to go back to earth, and you need to fulfill out your purpose and help more people. More importantly, you need to help yourself. Things will be all right. You don't have to worry about it. I know you might face a lot of problems in the future, but all you need to do is face them with a positive attitude. Don't let your negative powers get to you, and you will turn out fine in all of them. You have my word for it. I believe in you, my child. See you later," he says, waving off with a smile. And as if in an instant I'm brought back to earth, and I wake up in the hospital looking at my wife and my children. They are incredibly happy to see me alive. They rush in to call the doctors. And the doctors treat me properly. The hunter comes up to me and apologizes. Then the very next day he says he wasn't intending to kill me, and I forgive him, because I know that he was trying to shoot the animal. But I also asked him to leave his profession as a hunter, and to not kill any other animal in this world. And he agreed for it, and life went on beautifully after that. Thank you so much for listening to my story, and providing me a safe community to talk about it. I think I feel a lot better now. Now that this is off my chest, I could not talk about this to my wife. I could not talk about this with anybody else. I hope you are all doing great. Thank you. Give us a like if you think this story was interesting. Drop in the comment below if you went through something similar, or if you want to share any thoughts. You're safe here to share anything you want, as always. Don't forget to subscribe for videos like this. Thank you for listening.